Hello, thank you for joining us today. We are going to be looking into how the current financial market has had an impact on home buyers here in the UK. We have noticed that due to some of the changes, there are various different things that we can do as a developer to help you purchase your new home, whether it's because you're simply downsizing to release a little bit of equity, buying a different property so you've got some space to work from home, or alternatively buying a house in your dream location so that you can send your child to the school of your wish. Today, we're going to discuss some different incentives that we can offer as a developer, but also what schemes are out on the current market to help make that move financially feasible for you, your friends, or your family. We're joined today by Jason from Evolve Financial Solutions, who we recommend to our current customers due to their reputation that they have with our previous customers on the development. He's going to discuss various ways that we can help you as a developer, but also other alternative solutions that are out there to help you.
Hi, my name's Jason Blunden. I'm the Managing Director of Evolve Financial Solutions. We're independent, whole-of-market, new-build mortgage brokers. We're open 7 days a week. We're free of charge, and we're here to make sure the customer's journey in buying a new-build property is the best that it can be.
So Jason, if you wanted to just start off by discussing some things that you think are important for our customers at the moment, that'd be brilliant.
Yes, of course, Joe. At this moment in the marketplace, there is a number of 5% deposit schemes for mortgages which are helpful on new build properties. You refer to it as Deposit Unlock, which is just one of the schemes available in the marketplace at the moment. There are actually a couple of 5% only deposit schemes available via lenders directly, and there is a few more other insurance-backed schemes now coming into the marketplace as well. In particular, the one we were sort of referring to was Deposit Unlock, which effectively is a 95% mortgage on a new build house. It is insurance-backed, it's guaranteed, so just make sure that the lender's not at risk of losing any money if the applicant doesn't meet their mortgage repayments. Generally, it's going to be a cheaper interest rate for that particular scheme than it would be a normal 95% mortgage on the basis that the guarantee's there, so the risk is lower as far as the lender is concerned.
So Jason, what tools do you think are out there at the moment that can really help make our homes more affordable for our clients?
Okay, so in the mortgage market, again, at the moment, there's been some innovation, and it's been with Generation Home. They've kind of taken the guarantor mortgage market and turned it upside down. We're bringing out these deposit boosts and these income boosts. Deposit boost is there to help family members who haven't quite yet reached the deposit level that they would do normally. They can't rely on their parents to actually gift it to them forever and a day, but it can be lent to them for a period of time. And so what happens is with a bit of help from a number of the family members, uncles, aunts, grandparents, brothers and sisters, they can actually give this money to the applicants to help them boost their deposit. The scheme actually allows for that deposit to go back in the future to them, and that's all perfectly acceptable. But it does mean that the clients can therefore afford to buy their property. What's interesting about it though is if they get assistance and help by say 10% of the value of the property at this moment in time, when that is repaid back to the gifter in this particular moment, it goes back as 10% of the deposit, to 10% of the value of the property then.
Okay.
So it just means actually there's a potential there, if house prices move in a more positive way, for them to actually benefit a little bit more from the gift they give it across in the first place.
So Jason, we're aware that unfortunately Help to Buy is no longer available to our clients, but we do also know there are other schemes out there on the market that can help people purchase a brand new property with a 5% deposit. One of those schemes is Deposit Unlock, which is something that we're offering as a developer. Could you just discuss that in a little bit more detail with us, please?
Sure, Joe. Deposit Unlock is a 95% mortgage scheme on a new build house. There are plenty of other schemes out there as well. There is in actual fact some 5% deposit schemes available directly with lenders. The good thing about these particular products that are available with an insurance back, so like Deposit Unlock and a few others coming into the market soon, is actually with the insurance back into it, it can actually bring down the interest rate at which people are charged. The interesting point about all of these schemes is we will look at people's credit history. So we'll look at, whether it's good, bad, or needs a little bit of assistance. So when we're looking at these 95% schemes that are available, they all are there for different people. Some, as I said before, are available for people quite vanilla credit history, and some there that perhaps need a little bit of help. But as professionals, we look at the different schemes available, different options available, different rates available, and position our customers exactly with the right one for them.
Thank you for discussing Deposit Unlock. On top of that, we also have a Deposit Boost. Could you just again explain how that would help people purchase a property with a 5% deposit, and how perhaps their friends or family members might be able to assist them with their purchase?
Deposit Boost, that's where you get help in the form of a deposit or deposit assistance from a family member, like a mum, dad, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, that type of thing. And with that particular scheme, it will help the applicants boost up their deposit. In these situations though, the extra benefit to the person gifting the money across is that if they provided 10% as a deposit to help the applicants, they're providing 10% of the purchase price now. But in the future, when they come to get their money back and perhaps the applicants then move on or remortgage, they'll get back 10% of the value then. So actually, hopefully with the market perhaps moving up again in the next few years, they'll actually get a boost themselves.
And then we also have Income Boost. Please can you just explain how that works?
Again, it's helpful from mum, dad, brother, aunt, to help the applicants get on the housing ladder. It's where the applicants haven't got quite enough income to make it work, so might need to, say, borrow $5,000 a year of mum's income to help it. It's again another helpful way to help people buy a new property. What happens here though is when the children in this situation have got to a point where actually they want to sell or move on, again they can do that, no problem at all. But also if the applicants get to a point where their income is then sufficient to cover the outstanding mortgage, they come up with a really interesting phrase. It's called eject.
Okay.
They will actually eject the parent member, mum in this situation, from that particular mortgage, and then just leave the applicants alone on that particular scheme.
It does make financial sense to buy brand new. I know a lot of times in the sales office we discuss incentives and we also discuss schemes with our clients as well. Jason, could you just briefly summarise the difference between what we would call an incentive and what we'd call a scheme?
Yeah, absolutely, Joel. First things first, buying a new build house on average saves a customer about £200 a month, about $2,400 a year. So it's a really good start, really good starting position to come from, really. So incentives and schemes. You know, as professional mortgage brokers, we need to work really closely with you to make sure the incentives that you can offer your customers work really well with the lenders. It's important to make sure that we do that right at the very start. We know at the point of that initial conversation what we're looking to try and achieve. Often that relates to the differences between what the client can afford and what they probably would be able to afford with their rates where they are at the moment, and an incentive might help them cover that difference. So it's really important we understand at the very start of the conversation what their budget is all about and how much they can afford. Schemes on the other side of things is a vehicle to help them buy that property. So with a number of options available now in the marketplace, we've got schemes such as Deposit Unlock and also Generation Home. And Generation Home is kind of like a new bank of mum and dad.
Yeah.
Helps people boost their incomes and it helps people boost their deposits as well.
Okay, so with those incentives and with those schemes, one of them obviously is offered by the developer and the other one is offered by either the lender.
Yeah.
Is there the potential that you can merge those two together, or is that something you kind of have to take one or the other?
Yeah, we deposit boost and income boost, for example, that is via one provider, and that is looking to make sure that those particular clients in that situation that may be a little bit short on their income or maybe a little bit short on their deposit can find a way to buy one of your new build properties. And Deposit Unlock is for those clients that actually have got their income there, have got it all in place, have only got a 5% deposit though. And with a 5% deposit, this particular scheme will enable you then to buy a new build property.
Perfect. So obviously if you're working with the right financial advisor that has a relationship with the developer, they can obviously collate that information together and make sure that they offer the right deal to you as an individual.
Absolutely right. And both schemes will only allow a certain array of incentives. So this is what I'm saying at the very start, we need to be having those open conversations to do with what incentives you might be likely to offer, so that the client's journey doesn't get broken when they're a long way down it. The last thing we both want is a very disappointed customer.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. I think you've given us a really good insight into what incentives and schemes are out there at the moment to help all kinds of purchasers buy their dream home. Tell me, how do you think the market's going at the moment? Do you think now is a good time to buy?
I think what we talked about today, Joel, is many different schemes and options available for clients to buy. You know, with the help from you guys, you know, as financial incentives is concerned, and also from schemes out there in the marketplace. You know, it really is a cracking time to buy. The big thing we haven't talked about today, though, is interest rates, and they're going down quite rapidly week by week by week. I think it's really important that customers talk to you, talk to us as soon as possible, because I think they'll be really surprised now at what a mortgage is actually going to cost them. So I think our collaboration moving forward with the opportunity to build in these schemes and incentives is definitely key.
Yeah, I agree, and I think, you know, when it comes to finances and things like that, it is generally quite a tricky conversation. But you know, the more we talk about it, the more we discuss it with somebody like a professional like yourself, the better understanding you have, and the more help we are able to offer as a developer, but also the more help you're able to offer.
Absolutely right, absolutely right. The media at the moment, you know, hasn't been overly kind to the mortgage market. They're very quick to advertise the fact that there's been a few discrepancies, should we say, with interest rates, but they're not very quick to then say about the positives that then come back literally a few days later. So that's down for us to put the message out there, for us to talk to our customers and explain that thoroughly to them.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Jason. But before we do go, is there anything else that you did want to add on today?
I think it's the positive nature of what's out there at the moment. There is rates there for people, whether they got good credit or bad credit. There's schemes available for them to help to buy, you know, deposit unlock, deposit boost. So there's plenty of different options out there. So really come and talk to us and let us help you, guide you through that journey. If
you are looking to get some free financial advice from a financial specialist, please get in contact with your development of your choice and speak to the sales consultant, and they'll point you in the right direction to make sure that we're able to assist.